Hi everyone, it's Chris here with a long overdue new recent vinyl finds video. I've got a pile of records here they've picked up over the last month or two, and most of them are New Zealand releases. I'll point out the ones that aren't. So let's rip into it. I want to do this pretty quickly if I can. First up, what we're listening to now, Super Turtle, Beat Manifesto. And Darren McShane, who writes the songs in Super Turtle, used to be in a Flying Nun band called the Chainsaw Masochist. He's been around for a while. This band was a great supporter of the radio station. They played a gig for us for a fundraiser one time, along with Chris Knox. And at that time they had a 7-inch out with a full album on CD. Now they've gone the full hog, and they've got their first long player out. And this is kind of catchy guitar pop. And it's out on Sarang Bang Records. The cover is done by Gianmarco Guguri, who put out a great album, Duga 3, last year, which was a fantastic artwork. Next up, drum and bass isn't normally my thing, but this is Optimus Grime and Organ Icanus, who have collaborated on this 12-inch, and Optimus Grime, his real name's Charlie Brown, lives here on Waiheke Island. So he was doing this boutique release series, had to support that, and nice to have the signed copy. And a really nice touch as well was they only pressed as many as they got orders for, and all of the names of the people who ordered the record are printed on the sleeve here. So there I am. It's my name there, so it's nice to have my name on the label. And that's kind of fairly chilled out electronic kind of drum and bass type stuff. Craig Williamson's pretty prolific. He used to be in a band called Datura, now he has two bands, Arc of Ascent and Lamp of the Universe, playing variations on kind of psych rock really. This is at the more quieter end of the scale for him, Lamp of the Universe. Arc of Ascent kind of more kind of psych metal, and this has got a lot of kind of sitar and stuff like this. This is an album, Acid Mantra, I think from 2007, which has just got a vinyl release. There's 200 black copies, 200 red copies, and 100 of these. This is the Die Hard version. Yellow with red splatters, and actually interesting, it's got some of the longest sides of a record I think I've come across. I think over 25 minutes, something like 27 minutes per side, so it still seems to sound alright. And that came with some Die Hard incense to listen to burn, which I probably won't while you listen to the record. Don't disturb, I'm listening to Lamp of the Universe, Acid Mantra, and lyric sheet there. But yeah, beautiful job done on Clostridium Records, who they also release the Arc of Ascent stuff as well. This is another record which has just got a vinyl, it's a vinyl reissue, and it's The Garbage and the Flowers, Eyes Rind as If Beggars. It's 2 LP. Not a gatefold, just the 2 in there. And this is fantastic. It's quite lo-fi. They're a Wellington-based band, quite indebted to the Velvet Underground in some ways, in some of the songs, but really, it's got the CD there as well, but I hadn't heard this before. It was 1997, its original release. It's just got this re-release on Bow Weevil and Fire Records from the UK. And yeah, I mean, like I say, lo-fi, but really, and you know, some of it's kind of got a demo quality to it for sure. But when they really hit their stride, just fantastic. Some really lovely songs in there, and that was a real discovery for me, and one that I'm glad I made. I love that kind of Velvet Underground, kind of droned out, long guitar stuff. So it's right up my alley. Boss Christ, Monster Billy. This has been a long time coming. I think it was recorded in 2011 or due to be released early 2011, but there were problems with the pressing plant. The pressing plant actually closed down because their machinery broke, Boss Christ, Monster Billy, it's it's garagey, it's kind of got a Tom Waits feel to it because of the guy's voice. It's pretty much just him and his guitar, and yeah, it's raw, and one of the best things about it, a number of songs about beer in there. You got Beer World and Beer and Hell Yeah, which is also about drinking and carousing. So I'm glad that finally saw the light of day. It's the lyric sheet. Stink Magnetic Records, who produce some of New Zealand's best kind of garage, raw rock and roll, really. Okay, this is a split. It's a Rungda and the Dead Sea. So the Rungda from US, I think something to do with Ben Chesney, who might be something to do with Black Mountain, is that right? And the Dead Sea, who regular viewers will know I'm a huge fan of. This is the split. The Rungda stuff is new, but the Dead Sea are tracks which were recorded at the same time as Usa Kills. In fact, there's a song on here called Usa Kills, 1988-89, but they didn't come out on that LP. Just come out for the first time now. They just discovered the tapes. So there's some vintage Dead Sea, kind of at the end of their kind of song era when they still had things in a kind of rough rock song structure, kind of. I mean, it's the Dead Sea, so not really. But before they went off into kind of just more longer, more improvisational pieces. Also on that kind of improvised kind of drone guitar kind of tip is this Glacial on Jones Beach, and this features a member of Sonic Youth, Lee Ronaldo, on guitar and bells. Tony Buck is on the drums, and New Zealander David Watson is on Highland bagpipes, which, you know, that kind of bagpipes have that drone, and so going with guitar drone, it's just the thing, really. One track aside, and Bad Energy. This is the newest release from Flying Nun Records, and you've probably all heard about Captured Tracks doing the reissues of early stuff. They've just announced that the Bats and Snapper are going to be amongst some of the first of the reissues, but this is all new. Bad Energy, which is kind of a rap punk crossover, an EP just 20 minutes long, and of kind of New Zealand, like I say, rap punk. It's called Underwater Pyramids, and nice to see some new material coming from Flying Nun. And this is quite different from a lot what you might expect from the Flying Nun staple. It's not kind of, I mean, it's got plenty of guitar on it, but it's not kind of not jangly. It's not you know, indie guitar pop. No, there's a couple of things. Somerset was a band I used to love going to see live, a melodic hardcore band from Auckland, lots and lots of energy. And I didn't know their albums were out on vinyl. I only recently discovered it and picked a couple up. Say What You Want, which is probably the rockiest of their albums, much more of a kind of a rock sound on this one, but look at this beautiful colour of vinyl. And these were released out of New Zealand. This one was released by G-Force Records in Germany, and around the time it came out, I think 2004. And this one, which is the better of the two, Fast Cars, Slow Guitars, is the 2007 album. This was released by Drug Bust Records and Trial and Error Records in Australia. And this is just bomb, this thing. Just fantastic, high energy, melodic hardcore, brilliant guitar. Just what a great album. If you manage to track that down, I really highly recommend that. Okay, here's a band who were intended to be on Flying Nun, and then things just took too long, so they went and did it themselves. So it's out now on Car Park Records, Pop Strangers, Antipodes, and this is, yeah, alternative indie guitar, and yeah, it's got some great catchy songs in here, nice kind of angular guitar, and really pleased with that record. And the last one, not a New Zealand one, but the new from Chelsea Light Moving, which is Thurston Moore's band. So for those like me who are sad about the demise of Sonic Youth, this is great. I mean, probably more so than the Thurstonmore solo or the Lee Ronaldo solo, this is you know, probably more akin to Sonic Youth, though definitely still not them, but noisy, hell-for leather kind of record. Love this. They've done all the inners as well, all printed on. So yeah, I've got a few more things there, but I've just kind of picked out some highlights and lots of great stuff on order. There's some exciting things coming up for Record Store Day, and I'll be doing a radio show on Record Store Day, hopefully playing some of the New Zealand releases which come out that day, so stay tuned for that. You can catch up with radio shows, old videos and so on in a couple of places. Go on facebook.com/countingthebeat or countingthebeat.gen.nz. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate your feedback and comments. Cheers.